My students drew turnaround heads. They used rulers and they made sure that the heads were consistent in size, and they drew 6 turnaround heads, and this tutorial is going to show you how they animated them. I'm going to take Edwards and I'm going to download it. I just want to make sure that I'm recording. Let me see. Let me hide this. Let me download. Okay, now I'm going to open up Edwards in Photoshop. So there it is, right? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the top layer, and then I'm going to go layer, flatten image. Okay, so now you see why I needed you to turn it in first, because we're going to be now messing around with it, and we want to keep your original. So now your original's in Google Classroom. I'm now going to unlock the background. And now I'm going to take the magic wand tool. A lot of times the magic wand is hidden. See this tool here, object selection tool? If you click and hold, the magic wand is underneath here. So there it is. Now I'm going to just click on the background, which is the white. Remember, I flattened the image already, and now I'm just going to, and I unlocked it. So now I'm going to just hit the delete key, and there it's gone. So now select, deselect. Now, which one is first? I would say it's this one, right? So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to draw a lasso around it, and then I'm going to do edit, cut, edit, paste. Okay, and now it's called layer 1. I'm going to now hide it. So this one is the next one where it's 3/4 turned around. Yes, right? That's the next one. Because you got to logically think about the order the head would turn in. So you have to do that. I have to, hold on. I have to make sure it's in the right order. Okay? Because it'll be confusing if it isn't. So this is the next one. I lasso it. Edit, cut. Hold on a second. See, I'm in the wrong layer. Click here. Edit, cut, edit, paste. When I paste it, look over here at these layers. Now it's layer 2. I just have to make sure it's above layer 1. So you see how they're going to be in the right order now. Okay. Now I'm going to hide layer 2, and then the next one is this one, right? So let me go back down here to layer 0. I'm going to do edit, cut. Now, if I click up to layer 2 and do edit, paste, it's now going to be on top. So now 1, 2, 3. Now this one would be next, right? Edit, cut. Now I go up here, edit, paste. Now I'm going to hide it. Now this one is actually facing the wrong direction. I already have this one, so I don't need this one facing this direction. So what I can do with this one is I can do edit, transform, flip horizontal. I don't need to redraw it. Who cares if it's facing the wrong direction? Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Now I have the next one. So now I'm going to go here. Edit, cut. If I go up here, edit, paste. Now, before it gets to the front again, it's going to have to turn 3/4, but this one's facing the wrong direction. So what do I do with it? Well, I can click into it and I can do layer, duplicate layer, but instead of calling it layer 2 copy, I'll just call it layer 6. And now I'm going to take that layer 6 and I'm going to do edit, transform, flip horizontal. And now it's facing the correct way. I just have to put it way up here. Okay, now let's see if this is correct logically. First of all, layer 0 is empty. Let me get rid of it. I'm just going to delete it. Delete layer. Okay, now this is layer 1 facing straight out. This is layer 2 facing 3/4 of the way that way. This is layer 3 facing in profile. This is layer 4 facing the back. This is layer 5 facing sideways the other way. And this is layer 6 facing 3/4 of the way the other way. And then it'll loop back to layer 1 where it's facing straight out. Now I've got to line them all up. This is exactly the same as what you did when you did your walk cycle. Okay? I take this one and I make sure it's lined up with that one. See how these purple lines help? This one. They're all going to be a little bit off, and that's why those purple lines help. Now, once I have them all stacked, what I'm going to do is you're probably not going to see a timeline on the bottom there, right? So what you do is you go window and then you do timeline. And when you do see a timeline, it's going to not have the right thing. Don't click this. It's going to mess you up if you click it. There's a drop down arrow. Go to create frame animation. Now you have to kind of click in the middle of where it says create frame animation and just click. There's your first frame. Now you go here and you do make frames from layers. And now I got to make sure this looks good, right? I'm going to hold the shift key and click the last one, the last one and the first one at the same time. Now they're all selected. I'm going to change it to 0.2 seconds and I'm going to just play it to make sure they're all lined up and it looks like she's turning around. And it looks really, really perfect. It's really good, right? But these aren't enough frames. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the first one, hold the shift key, click on the last one. Now they're all selected and I'm going to hit plus about 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? I want to do more. 11, 12. Do it until you have over 100 frames. Okay? So now it's going to be enough of a long video. Now I've got to, first I'm going to hit save. File, save. Okay, this is very important. You can save it as, so I can do save as, and I'm going to call it turn around, sorry, stack. Okay, I'm going to hit save. And now that it's saved, I'm going to do file, and it's really important that you save it, or otherwise this doesn't work. File, export, render video. You are not done yet. This is really super important. Once it says render video, there's going to be a pop-up screen and you need to change some things. Okay. First of all, make sure that the size is on 1080p. Don't let the size be the size of the document because these documents can be huge. Okay. So make sure it's HD 1080p. Okay. Which is, you know, you're very familiar with this because this is the size of a YouTube video, right? So now the frame rate, this is really important. It's going to default to like 30 frames per second, which is, it'll be like this. You won't even be able to see it. Okay. However many frames you have here, that's the number of frames you want. So frame rate, custom, 6 frames per second. That's correct. If you have 8 frames, make it 8 frames per second. Whatever the number of layers here, that's the number of frames per second. Okay? And then you're going to see where it's going. In my case, it's going onto the desktop. And then you hit render. It's going to go through the media encoder, which takes a minute. And then if you go here to the Finder, and I'm going to have to find me. Hold on. Rachel Windenberg. Now I'm going to go to my desktop. There it is. And let's see how it's a 20-second video. But you see how because she's got black hair, the background's black, it doesn't look so good. So this is what you can do to fix that. Let's go back to Photoshop. Okay, we're going to go down here and we're going to add a new layer to the bottom. Okay, and we're going to call this layer white. Okay, edit, fill, white. Now, do you see how that white layer is in all these? It's in every frame. So watch what happens. I'm going to hit save. It won't work if you don't hit save. It'll just save the old version. File, export, render video. It's going to be called the same name, render, and it's going to replace the old one. Okay, so it's saying it can't complete it. Maybe I need to rename it. File, export, render video. I'm going to hit select folder, and instead of putting it on the desktop, I'm going to put it in downloads, okay, or maybe documents. I'll put it in downloads, choose. Okay, now let's see what happens. Render. So sometimes it won't let you replace the same file with the same name in the same place for some reason. 1 second, I'm recording a tutorial. See, it's recording. So let me see what it looks like now. I'm going to go to my downloads. Wait, stay here. There. See how much better that looks now? All right, so I'm recording this as a tutorial. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and you guys will be able to refer back to it.
Sometimes they